Hey everyone, what's up? Welcome along to Arsenal Fan TV, where in this video I'm going to be looking ahead towards what is a big game for us this Sunday, half-one kickoff against Aston Villa. Last time we played Villa, a 3-0 victory at Villa Park. That was a big game for us in all honesty. It was kind of the first convincing performance that we'd had of the season. And Villa at the time were actually playing some very good football. They were actually flying high at the top of the table, surprisingly to some. I mean, they weren't obviously top of the league, but they were there and thereabouts. Was very early days in the season though. And I think we've seen the kind of predictable Villa come out of their shell a little bit. But right now, they are just in an absolute rut. This is a poor Villa side. I can't stress that enough. Although I want to give them all the respect that I can, there's no getting away from the fact, there's no sugarcoating the fact that they have been poor the last 10 fixtures or so. They really do struggle to score goals. Christian Benteke looks like he's trying to do everything on his own, but it is very typical that they've got a lot of key and influential players coming back into the side for their game against us this Sunday afternoon. The likes of players such as Gabriel Paulista, Fabian Delph, Ron Vlaar, Joe Cole are all coming back into the side. Influential players for them. Joe Cole, an experienced player. Players that they're going to need in a game, a big away game, away from home. And considering they've got a 2-1 win over Bournemouth in the FA Cup, which I think has come to the surprise of many people, considering they were playing so poorly, and now they got a 2-1 victory against Bournemouth, who have been playing some very good football in the Championship. They're going to go into this game on somewhat of a high, and considering they beat us 3-1 at the Emirates last season against very peculiar circumstances, I think they're going to go into this game with a little bit of confidence behind them, but there is no getting away from the fact that we should be beating Villa about 2 or 3-0 at least in this game. I do feel confident going into this fixture because, quite frankly, the way we've played against Brighton and Man City, as well as a couple of other fixtures that we've had, we're on a very good run of form at the moment. We've got a lot of competition for places in the squad. Our team looks very healthy at the moment, despite a couple of injuries to key players. I think we should come out of this game with a comfortable victory, and it's another opportunity for us to get a good 3 points under our belt. I think the main talking point, of course, is going to be Arsenal in this preview. I could tell you everything about Villa, but to be honest, I've already previewed this game this season. I don't want to be repeating myself. You know who their danger men are. Fabian Delph, Gabriel Paulista, Christian Benteke, Andy Weirman. And obviously, the one thing I do want to brush up on them is that they brought Scott Sinclair into their side. A player that has had very limited opportunities at Man City over the past couple of years. I say limited opportunities. We're talking about like 2 opportunities he's had at City. He's barely played for them. I don't even know if he's made an appearance for them this season, but he's got a good chance at Aston Villa. He's going to want to make a point to Man City, his employers. He's going to want to prove a point at Aston Villa. He's going to have you can almost guarantee he's going to play like Cristiano Ronaldo or something on Sunday, but he's going to be a danger man to watch. Very pacey, got a lot of skill about him. Be interested to see how he performs after having such a lengthy layoff on the sidelines. Not that he's injured, just that he's not been playing. So it's going to be interesting to see how he performs in this game, certainly. And certainly a player that we're going to have to possibly man-mark in this game. One player that I'd certainly pinpoint as a player that could cause us a few problems. But focusing on Arsenal, it's going to be interesting to see how we line up in this one, because we've just got so much competition for places at the moment. And of course, Alexis Sanchez got a slight hamstring injury. I would not even consider playing him in this game, considering that we've got a North London derby next weekend. Wouldn't even play him. I wouldn't even have him on the bench. I would drop him completely, give him a week's rest, and have a fully fit and fresh Sanchez for the game against Spurs next weekend. Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain also injured. A good opportunity for Theo Walcott to get a place in the team. Same goes for Mesut Ozil. I don't want to see Mesut Ozil utilised on the left-hand side. I think I speak for every Arsenal fan when I say that. Tomasz Rosicky, I would like to see him start on the flank. Possibly in a 4-1-4-1 formation. This is just an idea that I've had in my head for the past couple of hours or so. David Ospina in goal. Hector Bellerin at right back. Mertesacker, Koscielny, Nacho Monreal, Francis Coquelin, Theo Walcott, Santi Cazorla, Mesut Ozil, Tomasz Rosicky and Olivier Giroud up top. I think Coquelin should do alright in the middle of the park on his own. I don't think it's the kind of game where we need to line up too defensively. I have dropped Aaron Ramsey because I personally don't think that we're in a position where we can afford to drop Santi Cazorla or Tomasz Rosicky. They're playing some absolutely fantastic football at the moment. The other thing you could do is you could drop back into a 4-2-3-1. You could drop Mesut Ozil, bring Aaron Ramsey alongside Francis Coquelin. Another option is that we could play Santi Cazorla in the 4-2-3-1 formation, but alongside Francis Coquelin. I certainly think that's a preferable option, because Cazorla, surprisingly, actually puts in a lot of tackles for us, and I think potentially he could thrive in that box-to-box midfield role, playing sitting deeper behind Mesut Ozil. I certainly do want to see Ozil start this game. I thought he played really well against Brighton. He's certainly got an opportunity here to make a name for himself in this game. Alongside Theo Walcott, I'd like to see them two playing together. Olivier Giroud as well. I think we've got enough talent up top to beat Aston Villa. Defensive wise, we've got Gabriel coming into the side. Now, really excited. I mean, I haven't even mentioned him in this video, but Gabriel coming into the side, I think he's certainly a good defensive option to have. Likened to Laurent Koscielny, he looks very pacey, very big, aggressive. That's what I really like about him, and hopefully he can be a revelation for Arsenal. I think he's a long-term replacement for Per Mertesacker. In all truth, I think him and Koscielny, Gabriel Koscielny, can perform and utilise a very good bond. That's something I'm looking forward to seeing. I mean, I don't know if I'd start Gabriel in this game. Leave in the comments below if you'd like to see Gabriel start the game. But personally, I'd like to have the utilised partnership of Mertesacker and Koscielny. Maybe bring Gabriel on for the last 20 minutes of the game. But I think he's a good sign to have. It allows us to have a lot of depth in the back line. Hector Bellerin, of course, I'd start him at right back. I think he's playing some quality football at the moment. Nacho Monreal just edging it over Kieran Gibbs at the moment. He's been a bit more consistent recently. I wouldn't want to drop him. I don't think it'd be very fair on him. He puts in a very good shift whenever he has played for us this season. And that's pretty much my team. And I think we'll come out of this game with a 4-0 win. I am feeling confident. I don't think Villa are going to trouble us too much. Of course, like I've already said, they have got players coming back into the side. Abong, Lahore, Delph, etc. Players that can cause us problems. Scott Sinclair, like I've already said, the only player that I think we can man-mark in this game. Francis Coquelin, I think he's going to deal with whatever is thrown at him. I think the defence should be able to cope. And I think it'll be comfortable for us. I'm not overconfident, but I do feel confident considering we're at home. I think I have the right to feel confident. Of course, I'm not underestimating Aston Villa in any way, shape or form. They're a Premier League outfit, but they are a poor outfit at this moment in time. So we should be having the beating of them with the talent that we've got going forward. Anyway, here's to another good performance from Arsenal. Fingers crossed. If you've enjoyed the video, give it a like, rate and subscribe to Arsenal Fan TV. Do check out my own channel, AFC Game by Game. And as always, thank you very much for watching, guys.